Transcendence 9, and we're going to kick it off with a Vincent solo on the left gate. Realm can solo it too, so all you Realm pullers out there, that's food for thought. I just went with Vincent though. I actually did pull on this banner. I got Realm. See, my plan was, I made a plan and then I threw it away. My plan was to throw tickets at the banner and see which one came first, whether it would be Vincent or Realm. Whoever came first, I'm like, okay, that's well used. Realm came first, and then I tokened Vincent's BT anyways, because I just really wanted it. That probably wasn't the best decision. I don't really care. I really like Vincent, and this was really fun to do. This solo was kind of sloppy, though, to be honest with you. Radiant Call probably wasn't the best bet. Warrior of Light Call probably would have been better, but this works. I got broken a lot in this. I realized I only have 3 dodges. Like right in the beginning. So I kind of had to just power through it at the end. But it worked out. Vincent's BT effect prevents enemies from buffing, which is really helpful, especially against these things, because these things love to buff immediately. That's why I popped the BT effect right away. I didn't really utilize that as well as I could have in the Reckoning, but it all worked out. The timing in the Reckoning can be a little weird, especially the end. I'm just going to talk about the Reckoning now, because that's the worst part of all this. The Reckoning, the last 2 like 10% thresholds at 19 and then at 9%, they'll just cleanse all the debuffs, buff themselves a lot, and if they get to buff, at least this is what it looks like to me. Maybe it's not quite like this, but what it looked like to me was, if they get to buff themselves towards the end, they will just drop their orb by like 20. Or something insane. Maybe it's not 20, but it's a lot. It's a lot. They did it earlier in the fight for me, but it was easier to tango with early on. So I just kind of saved my... Oh, I'm getting way ahead of myself. I should probably talk about that at the end, but whatever. I'll repeat myself when we get there. Who cares? I kind of just saved my my Vincent burst effect for the very end. So it worked out. I'm really liking this Bahamut summon, by the way. You can just spam EXs. This seems pretty damn good for solos. You can just keep this going, which is pretty sick. I like this. That's a lot of damage, Vincent. Damn. But he ran out of steam. That's okay. I definitely think they did Vincent justice this time around. Only thing is, maybe the timing's not great, because FR error is right around the corner, but again, I don't care. I had a lot of fun doing this. This orb is to inflict, I believe it's 2 debuffs. Maybe it's 4. I don't know. Maybe it's 2 on each target. All I know is Vincent could solo it, and he did it. Even though I kind of didn't really know what I was doing when I got here. But, oh well. So I figured it was better to go into the summon first. I kind of figured for this particular fight, it'd be better to let the burst effect wear out, and then just bring it back up towards the end, just to stall it out so that when they want to buff themselves again, they can't. And it worked out. I completely screwed up the burst rotation there. You should not have to HP attack in Vincent's burst. I did that wrong. So if you're looking for a burst rotation, don't do that one. What I like to do with him is go in right after you EX, because his EX gives him a free skill. You can start off with a skill, EX again, skill again, and then just LD and use both skills and you're good. That's what I always do. Oh, he hurt me. Not by much, though. It's okay. I wasn't even really keeping track of, like, the debuffs. I was honestly just pressing buttons and making sure that burst effect was still up. That was how I handled this one. And it worked out. It does kind of seem like Vincent doesn't really have the option of... Oh, that was lucky. Anyway, it does kind of seem like Vincent doesn't really have the option of... brave attacking to save himself, because Satan is just going to come out and do his thing. You guys remember that post a while ago after Vincent got the global exclusive LD? There was some post on some Facebook group of someone making a big stink about it because they're a Christian or something. Like, I don't know. I mean, believe what you want, but come on, man. Like, why you gotta be like that? It's a game. It's not real. Why are you playing Final Fantasy if you're going to be that high and mighty about your faith? Like, have you never played a Final Fantasy game before? They kill God in these games so many times. And you're going to be like, oh my God, Satan's here. That goes too far. Like, what? I don't know. That seems inconsistent, if you ask me. Dead. Okay. I am glad that we bullied those shaman like we did because, oh, those things are assholes every time they come around, but this time, Vincent's got it. Okay. That was a solo. Now time for a duo. Galuf and Freya. Freya is really only here. Well, she's here for two reasons. She's here because this orb is contingent on buff stacks. You need to have a buff that has 5 stacks on, which, there we go. We're at our 5 stacks right now. So we don't have to worry about it anymore. It's also contingent on gold frame debuffs. So you just bring both of those and you're good. And you have Galuf here and you really have nothing to worry about because that's just what Galuf does. I gotta say, I love the Galuf C90. And I also have to say, I'm a little biased because I have a 5 out of 5 greatsword. So other people's Galufs might not be as good as mine, but I love my new Galuf. He's great. He's so good. I've missed this guy. I tend not to roll with tanks much, but he's got to be my favorite. Him and Zach, like 100%. I love those two. Oren's up there too, like for what they did to him, but Galuf and Zach, man, those are my two for sure. Now we're gonna hit ones, and it's not gonna matter because we have battery, so we don't really need to worry about this much. Because yeah, you're gonna just swing at Freya and then miss because Galuf. Broken. This one honestly kind of just plays itself. Really just plays itself. So needless to say, I will be bringing all 3 of these characters to the Reckoning. Another reason I brought Freya, consistent healing, because that HP requirement in the Reckoning is ridiculously low. 5,000. That's all you get. So Freya helps with that, because you're constantly healing with her around. So thank you, Freya. You are wonderful. I honestly thought that I was going to bring Garnet here. I thought that she would be locked into this tier. But I just didn't. Not to say she wouldn't be good here. She'd be fantastic because it's Garnet. Who are we kidding? But didn't need her. So I guess she lives to fight another day. I'm looking at you, tier 10. We'll see about that. But I ain't worried about that. But one at a time. We just did 9. I ain't worried about 10 yet. So, yeah, it's going to be the same thing. You swing, you miss. Orbs are taken care of. This orb never goes away either, by the way. And I don't think we have... Yeah. I used both Sephiroth calls way too early, which wasn't really smart. Really, I should have just used one and then let that gold frame debuff go away and then use the other one to bring it back. But it really didn't matter at all. Because look at them go. Orb is still at 8. Not a problem. So I've been at this for 8 minutes already, and I still have like over 20 minutes to go. This is torture. No, I'm just kidding. But like I said, there isn't much to say about this one at this point. Oh, Sephiroth can solo it. For those who wanted to C90 and green Sephiroth, Sephiroth can solo this. He kind of just takes it out real easily. But I decided not to do that. See, I don't know how good Sephiroth is now, but all I know is that every time that Sephiroth gets upgraded, I've been very disappointed. I really hope that's not the case this time, but it's Sephiroth, man. Like, why? Why they always got to make him like that? Alright, so... might as well just let them swing. And then we'll break them, and then we'll summon, and then it'll be over. That simple. Okay, we need B to attack. Honestly, we probably could have just summoned and killed him. Probably could have, but who cares? Nice and simple. Orbs are still maxed out. A boom. Let's go in for the kill. Might as well. I like how this tier gave us 2 of the most hated enemies ever. Those shaman and these bears. Everybody hates both of those enemies. But this time they weren't so bad. This time it's those... what is with this game and fucking birds, but these goddamn, like, roided up looking birds. They don't even have wings, they just have bird faces. They have, like, beef head bodies and bird heads. That's what they gave us. And I don't even know what it's like to fight those things without Vincent. All I know is Vincent was the MVP for sure. You know what? I don't know. I can't even say that. The whole team was good. You know what? You can be the judge yourself because we are here. So this is it. At long last. This orb very heavily caters to Vincent. You need to inflict 4 debuffs in the span of 1 turn to up the orb, which Vincent does with basically everything he does. So there's that. By 4, I mean 2 on each target. It's not, yeah, 2 on each target. That counts as 4. Timing it was a little strange. I definitely could have timed things a little better. As mentioned before, if I would have used Vincent's burst effect early on, I would have prevented these guys from buffing. But I figure better safe than sorry, and I'm going to save that till the end. Because that's when they get really serious. And they keep cleansing, they keep dropping their own orbs. I'm like, you know what? No. I want to have that Vincent burst effect in the back pocket for when they really want to try some shit. So that's what we did. Now we got to get the Satan Slam going. We can get these follow-up attacks. Beautiful. I don't know how much I'll be using the Bahamut Summon in the future. I just really, this is actually the first time I used it. I just really liked getting that EX gauge refilled constantly. Some characters will be able to seriously take advantage of that. The characters with really hard hitting EXs, like, I'm just thinking about like Strago with a Bahamut Summon against 3 targets. Oh, that'd be delicious. That sounds amazing. So they are going to cleanse and buff at 89%, which I just let them do because it wasn't really threatening this time around. Yeah, see, it's not like, at least with this team, I never felt like I was in danger of death, ever. I just kind of felt like, okay, except for the orb at the end, like that's when, at least for me, I had to be the most careful. But as far as just going toe-to-toe with them, with this team, I was not worried at all. Like, we kind of had everything taken care of. I got broken more times than I should have, just by making little mistakes, but it didn't matter. Like, this team, yeah, see, look, there they go. And look how far down that orb went. It's down to 13 now. It's going to happen to the other one, too, in just a second. Yeah, you see that went from 29 to 14. It's okay. It drops, yeah. Drops by 15. Which is huge, by the way. If you're, again, I'm telling you, when you're at the end of this fight and they just drop that orb that much twice, once at 19% and once at 9% when you're that close to winning, if your orb is at 14, it'll just go underneath and you're dead. So you really want to be mindful of that. That's why Vincent is so good here, because he can just prevent them from buffing. It won't do that if they don't buff. Like, they'll cleanse and stuff, but as long as they don't buff, it seems like the orb just doesn't do that. So thank you, Vincent. Oh yeah, they also have shields. But for some reason, it seems like Freya and Galuf were kind of just, like, batterying. You know what I mean? They had battery to go around it, is what I'm trying to say. Where Vincent, he's kind of cutting through it, but you see him hitting zeros a couple times because he doesn't have, like, brave gains. He just kind of hits and hits. So that wasn't great, but he was at least cutting through the shields pretty nicely. Look at that, though. Look at all them caps. My God. This does make me wish Garnet was here. Utilize that burst effect. Get those counters with the Garnet burst effect. Ooh, baby, that sounds nice. Yeah, I might have to give that a try later. I don't know how necessary the Sephiroth call was. I think gold frame debuffs help with this one too. Because I know Kadaj is very popular. A Kadaj call. In fact, some people brought Kadaj on the team. But Kadaj's call seems pretty popular for this. So I just went with Sephiroth. Yeah, gold frames, whatever. Don't think I needed them though, honestly. It doesn't really seem like I did. Unless someone out there realizes, no, you needed them. You saved your ass with those gold frame debuffs. But I don't think I did. I think just having Vincent was good enough. That's me checking to see which skill I didn't use yet. And it was this one. There we go. Okay. So at this point, I think might be in our best interest to go into the burst when we can, but I want to set up properly. By proper setup, as mentioned before, I want to EX with Vincent first. I want to have the rain skull going, and I want to have Freya in the air. That would probably be the best. Oh, and the Leo call going. We need that too. Which we're going to do next time. Apparently we're not going to do it this time. And that's fine. So I think maybe we can stall just a little bit longer. Yeah, we don't need the Satan Slam yet. They're going to lose the buffs pretty soon. So it's not like it's that consequential right now for the buffs. And the orb, we're getting the orb back up just fine, so doesn't seem like there's much to worry about at this particular moment. Again, it's towards the end when you think the fight is going consistently well, then out of nowhere they're just like, nope, my orb is off, you're dead. So be mindful of that, seriously. And the HP requirement. Don't get too eager. Do not kill these things if you've lost more than 5,000 health total. Because that, especially with how long this fight is, you can be at here for anywhere between 30 and 40 minutes at this fight. I mean, I did it a little faster, thankfully, but most people, I'm telling you, like, this fight takes forever, is my point. It takes a long time. So be wary of those two things at the end. Watch the orb with your debuffs and watch your HP requirement, because otherwise you'll have to do it again. This long ass fight, which I'm sure you don't want to do. So they have like, they're like ice birds. They don't look like they would be at all. Look at them hands though. My god. Where do they get gauntlets that big? They probably forged them themselves. I don't know. Who gives a shit? What the hell am I talking about? Anyway, Vincent just uses EX, so Freya's gonna come back down. We can apply the Leo call and get her back up and go into the burst. And we can shave these shields down just a little bit before we do all that. So I think we need to, yes, let's LD. So we can chop away at these shields some more. But look, she's got the battery. She's still just going right around it. Her and Galuf, man. Okay, both shields. So at this point, we're basically set up. We just need that Rain's Call. Yes. This is when I especially want to guard it here. Oh, that hurts to see those zeros. Oh, that makes me so sad. That's okay. Oh, not even a million. Rains, I'm sorry. But that's okay. It was mainly to set up. Okay, now you'll see a Vincent rotation that makes a lot more sense than the last one. I don't know if you should start with skill 1 or skill 2 or if it matters, but we're at least not using the HP attack. So we start with a free skill, then we can EX. Currently targeting the one without the shield because Vincent has enough brave damage all over the place to where you can just target the one that doesn't have the shield and shave the shield from the other one without hitting zeros. See what I mean? He's still doing max damage on both targets. But he's obviously hitting the one he's targeting more. There we go. Okay, very nice. But now we gotta shift focus because you ran out of... Yeah, see? I let them buff themselves twice, which I probably did not need to do. But it worked out. So now... we have... all the debuffs we need, but I think you're gonna cleanse in a second. Yeah, at 59, they cleanse and buff again. But look, we're in the burst anyway. Vincent's just upping the orb whenever he does anything, so if you have Vincent and they happen to buff midway through the burst, you can just get it back up again. Not a big deal. Okay. Look at that. All skills, no HP attacks. Beautiful. Damage is definitely going to slow down after this, though. Okay. That looks so cool. Like, come on. Come on, that looks amazing. I love that. Vincent, I don't know if I will ever use you again, but thank you. Thank you for making this tier much easier than it needed to be. And thank you for just being awesome and just looking cool. Might as well get the gold frames back on. And now I think we're gonna wait this out just a little bit. And we're gonna let them attack, I'd say. You should target B though. Oh no, wait, no, doesn't matter. The one on the right has 2 debuffs. That's the thing. For those who don't know, in order to trigger that Satan Slam follow-up attack, the enemy has to have at least 2 debuffs on. If they don't, it won't happen. If you just pop the LD, he will follow up though. But just be mindful of that. So if you're playing with Vincent and you're like, how come Satan's only coming up sometimes? It's because of the debuffs. That's why. Like him, he's gonna cleanse again. We should have shields on the left pretty soon. Yeah, at 49, we'll have more shields. Those Galuf counters are putting in so much work, though. I love it so much. I really do. Now we target the one that has the debuff so we can get the follow-up. Keep break shaving. Now he's got it. So Vincent is probably going to shift focus to the one on the right. One left. Should we use it? No, we're going to wait. We're going to wait. Maybe I should have, but whatever. Look at that. And the shield's gone? Galuf. He's the best. He's the best. He's so good. So B still has a shield, but it's not going to matter. Yeah, this team really, really doesn't make this so bad. See, I'm saying that like I'm giving advice. I pulled for and maxed the synergy characters. They both have blue armor. Vincent has no ultimate weapon, but Galuf has a maxed ultimate weapon. So I'm over here giving advice like, yeah, if you just use this team, that you have to pull on the banner to use this team. So, duh. If you just use the banner characters, it's not so bad, guys. Like, yeah, no shit, of course. That's why I did it. I am trying to wait on this summon just a little bit, though. Really, what I'm doing right now is I'm just kind of going in guns blazing until Vincent. I need to go to bed. Until Vincent's burst effect wears out, and then I can refresh it to prevent them from buffing. I've probably said that like 5 times in this video already. That's okay, though. Alright. But now we're going to just spam EXs because we can. Or I'm going to press the wrong button. That works too. Whoops. It doesn't matter though. Still good damage. So these orbs are maxed, which is very, very good. Alright, now press the right thing, please. There we go. I have to say, I find it a little odd that Sephiroth and Galuf are partners on this banner because, okay, maybe I'm wrong about this, but just on paper, it seemed like an odd pairing, especially with the Sephiroth BT effect. It's a nice BT effect. I mean, for those who don't know, I'm sure everyone does, but for those who don't know, it reduces enemy brave to 1 every single turn that burst effect is up. Even when they're broken already, it'll just give them 1 brave. So that means you can keep attacking and keep breaking them back and basically just delay the shit out of them whenever you do anything, because you're breaking them and delaying them. But that's kind of bad for Galuf. You want the enemies to act more with Galuf around, because that's where basically all of his damage comes from. So if you're pairing Sephiroth and Galuf together, and whenever you're acting, you're breaking both enemies back, you're losing out on a ton of Galuf counters. That's a lot of damage for a Galuf team that you just wouldn't be getting if you pair them together. I don't know, I thought that was a strange pairing, to have them both on the same banner and have them work kind of awkwardly together. I don't know, just a thought. Okay. Your orb is still at 30, yes. Because you could not buff yourself. You had buffs already from before, but they are inconsequential. It did not help. So Vincent has a few turns left of that burst effect, which we are going to refresh towards the end. They are in the red already. This did go by faster than I thought it would, because I'm telling you, all these JP videos I saw were like 45 minutes or more. Maybe some were like in the 30s, I guess, but... And that's not for, you know, double speeding both crucibles in the front. I'm talking like just the Reckoning. People were here for like 35, 40 minutes. That's crazy. But I wasn't. Like, this seemed to go a little bit faster than I thought it would. Which is good. Which is good. I'm over here complaining about what am I going to talk about for 30 minutes. Imagine if I was doing this for an hour? No way. No way. Vincent has 2 turns left of that effect. Okay, so now what I'm really trying to be mindful of are the HP thresholds. Those last 2. Okay, just jump up. I think I was debating using the rain spell, which maybe I should have. That might have been a good idea, but too late. So I could have gotten everybody in a launch, but it's fine. Freya is out of LDs though. Let's just get you back in the air. We're only 1 stack away from your overhead. Now you're good. Should I press it? No, we're gonna... A little bit more damage. Thank you, Freya. I think now I should press it. Yeah, because I just ran out. Yeah, now we should press it. That is such a cool burst animation. I can't get over that. That's a very cool one. Very cool. Alright, so like I said, 19%. And we're there. We'll only get closer with these counters. I do like all the off-turn damage on this team. That I'm a very big fan of. Only thing I don't like is you can't keep Freya in the air the whole time, but it's okay. Because, I mean, she definitely pairs best with turn hoggers. And Vincent technically isn't a turn hogger. He's just really fast and jumps in front of people all the time. But he's very inconsistent with how many turns he's going to get. He's kind of all over the place. Okay, so we should get B under that threshold in just a second here. I think if you attack one more... Yeah, if you attack one more time, you'll be there. You'll get countered. You get the flip. And you'll get the spear. There we go. So yeah, they cleanse quite a bit. They would be loaded with buffs right now if Vincent weren't here. And that orb would have dropped a lot. Down from 25 to like 10. Ooh, I did not know that was going to happen. I was pressing my buttons too fast, but an extra launch, yes. You know what, now, see, right there, I don't know if I forgot it was there or what, but that would have been the time to use that rain skull and get Freya in. That would have been the time. But it's okay, we'll do it later, I guess. One saving grace about this, although the fight is a slog, they are very generous with the turn requirement. 100 turns is what they're asking. That's crazy, by the way. That's ridiculously high, but it makes sense again, given how strong these guys are. I don't know if I mentioned 60 million HP apiece. That's what we're rolling with here. To put that in context, Bahamut had 60 million HP. Divine Bahamut. And everyone knows that fight took forever. So it's basically 2 Bahamuts as far as max HP is concerned. Yikes. But we're almost to the end of it. We are very close. 12 and 12. Get him down. That should be at 9. Really? You're not? Unexpected. There we go. Vincent still has 7 turns of that burst effect, so we really don't have much to worry about now. Except the HP requirement. That's the one thing at this point Do not take too much damage before you kill them. And timing it can be awkward. You can get to a point where he damages you and then Galuf just counters and kills him and you failed the HP requirement. So I know I keep saying it, but do not mess that up. You don't want to come back here again. It takes forever. Okay. We are debuffless. Not for long. That's why I saved one of these. I did not want Vincent to take a single turn without Satan. Even though he's hitting zeros, oh god. That's okay. Yeah, see that right there? We gotta heal that up before we kill them. 9 and 6. Freya is gonna be very helpful with. She's gonna be healing a little bit here and there the whole time she's up there. And your turn's way back there. This is perfect. This is perfect. Broken through the shield and everything. Thank you, Galuf. So I think we're gonna eat that recast on the left, and we should be able to heal enough with Freya up there still. It's not gonna hit that hard, luckily. So here he goes. That was not bad at all. We can heal that back up in no time. Very cool. So Freya is going to heal a little bit more. And then drop down. Awesome. We are in good shape. I should have killed with the EX. But if you couldn't tell, I was eager to get out of here. Done, though. So that is my tier 9. A solo on the left, a duo on the right. Bring all 3 to the middle. Nice and simple. Very curious as to who you guys ran, though. I can't speak. I'm stumbling over my words. I need to go to bed. I have work in the morning. Oh, my God. You guys take care, though. Thanks for watching.